Alright, guys. I forgot to log my trades from the past couple days, so I'm gonna be doing that at the start of the stream. So might be more boring, but we'll see. And then after that, we'll get into actual price action from the week. But yeah, just this beginning part, just gonna be, I don't know, it might be more boring, but for those of you who want to watch, feel free. Once again, this thing broke. Dude, what? I'm trying to fix this. Hey, there we go. Okay, so yeah, okay, so I have 5 trades to log. Why does it look like there's a black line there? Maybe because there's overlapping footage. Meh, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I have 5 trades to log. So 305, 306, 307, 308. So it was 2 of them were on Thursday, and then 3 were on Friday. And I'm going to show you guys all of them, and I'll walk through all of them as well. So first things first, let's talk about the first presented for value gap inversion that I took on Thursday. And this trade was a result of mostly just FOMO from what happened when Gary was... I can't blame Gary. I can't blame anyone. It's my own fault to take the trade, but I definitely felt FOMO because I missed out on the 4R from earlier. So let's start putting that in the notes. So this trade was definitely a result from FOMO on missing out on the 4R from earlier that I had marked out. Gary had told me that I should have taken the trade. And I agreed with him, and it caused me to become very, what's the word? Relaxed with what trades I was taking, and I took a trade that was not so good. I can't blame anyone for this loss other than myself. I can't blame Gary. I was the one who decided to take the trade, but I should have how do I even say this? I should have recognized that I was off and slightly upset, and that could cause me to want to take a trade that wasn't so good. It's very important to understand emotionally where you are at, and be able to make a rational decision when taking a trade. So, the trade I took was that first presented. So, the first presented for value gap, it was on Thursday, and it got inversed. So, it was right here. So this was the first presented for value gap. It got inversed. Okay, the other thing about this should have been a break-even trade 100%. So this wasn't even that, it wasn't even that terrible. Now, about the actual trade. It wasn't that terrible, but I needed to be able to trust myself. I knew that I should have gone break even, and then I was influenced to not go break even when I really should have gone break even. It's so important to trust yourself and not let anyone influence your decisions in any way. Okay. So, what ended up happening was we had an RTH gap to the upside. We also had an RTH gap to the downside. Both were, were considerable. Right, so the 15-minute had inverse. And we had this RTH gap to the upside. So I thought, first one for value gap inversion to get on side with this made sense. Especially because the 15-minute had inversed. But as I said before, this actually was a higher time frame sell model. We ended up getting S&T with this rejection block. And so I had to go break even here. We had a good consolidation here. I mean, this wasn't terrible, but once again, I needed to go break even, probably in this area. So it was not a full-size loss. This was a half-size loss because I had a TP1 in here. yeah. So the main issues. So in recap, the main issues were we were in a higher time frame sell model. The true draw on liquidity was the unfilled NWOG, and I should have been more aware of the opposing 1 minute Phoenix model. I needed to go break even within the moral is of the story. Yourself. And obviously I would have scaled out, but so okay. Post trade approval, yes. Take again, no. We had this rejection block. It was a very important to see how we responded to this rejection block, because if not, we're gonna go lower, and you can see that's exactly what happened. So this was on Thursday. This was what time? 10:12. 10:12. I need to plug my laptop in. Ten, 12. So as far as how I would have scaled out, it would have probably been average, probably would have been like 2.5. Final TP, I guess, was 5. So post trade approval, yes. Take again, no. The reason I would not take again is because it was not obvious enough. I would not take again is because it was not obvious enough. Like I said, I was feeling FOMO and was more lenient on what trades I was taking when I shouldn't have been. Uh-oh. Okay, and this was on the 1 minute. And this was This was at 10:13. Or no, 10:12. Yeah, 10:12. And so this was only a 1/3 size loss, but then I took a full size loss right after, which was not good. I might need to buy more storage at some point. I think I'm running out. Alright. Next one. Looks like the next one was 12:05 or 12:06. Let's see what happened around then. So, I think, what was this? Mm, 12:05 or 12:06. This is a valuable one to review because, yeah, not exactly sure what I was thinking. Market looks bearish here. Oh, yeah, this was a really bad trade. This was awful. So this is what happened with this one. This one was after hours. Both bad. Would never take this again, and it was, yeah. This trade was horrendous. One of the worst trades I have taken in a long time. Not gonna lie, was still frustrated from earlier and missing the original trade. I took a trade after hours in the around lunchtime. The dodgy indicator went off. I think it was on the 3-minute or the 5-minute. And I just went with it when in reality the dodgy indicator is just a tool. You have to approve the trade for yourself and make sure it aligns with your own back testing, even if the dodgy indicator alerts it. Main lesson is for after hours trades, I need to be very picky because it's after hours and I am not and it is more likely that I will not have everything analyzed to the extent I need to. So I think this was it was an inversion. It was on the 5-minute. Yeah, I took this because the dodgy indicator went off. Oh my gosh. This makes me mad. Not good, but anyway, have to journal it, so. Really, I should have been looking for shorts. Also, we were in a high time frame sell model. Still, there was no confirmation to the upside. I should not have been looking for longs at this time. All right. I'm not gonna analyze this one in depth. I'm just gonna screenshot it. What up, Cave? I'm just reviewing. This was one of the worst trades I've ever taken. But I have to journal it. Reason I took it is I was out of it. I was feeling FOMO, and it was after hours. I wasn't even on stream. It was so bad. So lesson is when I'm like so much of trading is mindset, and you really have to be aware of the mindset that you're in. But yeah, let's get this bread, Bo. You trading Asian session? Oh, and when the market opens? Nah. Well, most likely not. I could watch it. You know what? Maybe. Not opposed to watching it. I still have my unlimited break-evens and wins after hours trade from Friday I could use. What do you think this week? Going to be like bullish or bearish? Yeah, let me first upload this and then I will answer that. Okay. I was just gonna go for a 1-to-1. So. Okay. All right, let's look at this week's price action. So, going into this week, there's a couple different ways you can look at this. There's a couple different ways. Let me think. On one hand, right, we do have SMT with this low. It's a previous week's low SMT. But on the other hand, we do have this external gap. So, once again, previous week's low SMT, but external gap. External gap. We are within this old new week opening gap here. I do want to see how the market interacts with this. We have the true month open right there. What might be interesting is maybe this continues to be high resistant right here. So far it's been high resistant. What could happen is we get pushed back up into this high resistant curve. And here's the true month open, right? Anyway, I'm just gonna mark this out, right? This is true month open, right? What could happen is we could get a push up into this, right? We could get a little bit higher, and then we maybe show weakness. Hang on. Before what could end, let's just zoom out for a second, right? Because we did inverse this gap back down, rejecting, we already rejected this first new week opening gap up here. Also, Cave, let me know if you're still here. But you can see how we rejected this new week opening gap, and the bodies are respecting it. Let's get rid of that for now. And now we have this daily gap to the downside. So we're gonna, if the market wants to be bullish, it needs to get through that daily fair value gap. As far as weekly goes, weekly, yeah, you're here, awesome. Weekly's inverse this gap to the downside, this old weekly gap. Now we have not gone through. Nice. We have not gone through this weekly volume imbalance yet. So that is one thing to consider. This weekly volume imbalance. We have not gone through this. So I want to see how the market opens up on Monday. On Monday, I really be looking to see, Monday and Tuesday, I really look to see, okay, are we going to go up, push higher, and push against this high resistant liquidity? Right? Because right now we have this weekly volume imbalance, right? If we come up, push against this, and it's resisting, and we consolidate here, we'd be above the true month open. We'd be above likely the true week open. We have both of these right here and right here. We very possibly could push up against this and then go lower. Right? But if instead, well, let's just zoom out real quick. So yeah, we have to get through this daily gap. If instead the market starts to displace aggressively higher, then I'd want to see us retrace the fair value gaps, and then maybe this becomes low resistance because we do have a previous week's low SMT. But right now, so we had a bearish SMT with this high. So it was a previous week's high SMT here. and now we have another SMT here. So my mind's just kind of running. I'm trying to think through all possibilities. We have a consolidation right here. Let me mark this whole thing out. So this eventually will be drawing liquidity. I don't know if it's going to be yet. Okay, here's the tricky thing, right? There's not that many transactions within this range. So when the market does turn bearish, I don't know if it's going to be now or later, but we're likely going to cut right through this area to this liquidity pool down here. It's likely going to be a cut. Like it's going to be cut straight through to that area. But here's the thing. It might just be a temporary stop here to continue back up. We are below true month open. So basically, I want to see Monday and Tuesday open up. I want to see how we interact with, first of all, the true month open, which is right here. Do we manipulate it to the upside and then go lower, or push above it, sweep it, and then go higher? So this is going to be very important. This is going to be very important, actually. True month open. And then as well, when we get the true week open, and then when we get the true day open on Tuesday or Wednesday, I want to see, are we above that or are we below that? Based off of that, whether we're above or below the true month open, the true week open, we get that on Monday night, and then the true day open on Tuesday or Wednesday. From there, I'm looking to see, okay, is the market going to go, is it going to go run these low, are these going to be low resistant now, or is this going to stay high resistant? From this exact point, you could make the case for either. Once again, we did get this really nice 1 hour inversion to the upside. It's very possible that it could take us all the way up. We have essentially a liquidity sweep, break of structure, and now fair value gap here. So, okay, let me think. We have, yo, what up, TY? We have this reclaimed daily gap here. Yeah, so I'm not going to lie. We're probably going to reverse back to being bullish. I do think market will come back for this consolidation eventually. But right now we have this weekly void. So weekly void here. And market structure is still bullish on the weekly. So as of right now, we actually just might hold this weekly gap or weekly void, and then daily reclaimed for value gap, right? Note this daily gap here. We've used it once, came through it, pushing back down. Previous week's low SMT right here. Daily gap. And now 1 hour change in state. Okay, so now look at this. Now we can frame a model here using this. And all of a sudden, okay, now we might be cooking, because now we have previous week's low SMT, previous week's low sweep. This could be the bottom of a new buy model. I'm kind of starting to think this might be the case, because check this out, right? Very nice pop off the low here with SMT. We're respecting this void and then this daily reclaimed gap here. So this right now, it's been high resistant, but could it turn low resistant? Yeah, it could. It could very well turn low resistant, and when it does, we'll likely get expansion through it. So right now we are below the true month open. I need to see basically how is Monday and Tuesday going to open up. Based off of that, Based off of that, here, so this is actually a new week. This is a, oh no, this is a weekly volume imbalance. That's what this is. So far the market is respecting it. I need to see, let's actually make this solid. Right? Now that we've swept out liquidity, broken structure on the hourly above this old high, and we have low resistance highs above. Now I need to see, okay, how do we respond to this 1 hour gap here? And I want to see us form essentially the true week open and the true day open, right? So let's say we get a push higher. I want to see true week open form here or something like that. So true week open. And then I want to see like a true day open either on Tuesday or Wednesday, somewhere within here. And I want to see us start that manipulation leg down into this 1 hour gap. This could lead to what? Let's say we come up here and then we get this retracement. This could lead to a 1 hour 2022 model where we come back to equilibrium and soup this low, and then we go below all the true opens, and then we have these low resistance highs that were high resistance that might turn low resistance. This is kind of what I would want to see. And then if we got this, you could look for maybe like a low time frame change in state out of this. Like, so when 1 hour for value gap, 5 minute change in state to the upside, and then hold it back up for all time highs. So that's an idea. So, or just hold it up for this. Now, once again, this is just super hypothetical, but could it be a buy model? Maybe. Once again, I need to see how Monday, Tuesday open up. But the reason I'm saying this is because of this daily reclaimed gap and the weekly volume imbalance. It seems like the market is being bought up at these levels. So it's possible that we could get this move back up, but to be determined. And once again, within this higher time frame bull market, you got to be very careful shorting, because until it becomes incredibly obvious, like for instance, this short was undeniably obvious because we got this daily IPG sweeping out equal highs. It's like, yeah, we're going to go lower, versus to be determined right now. Especially with this daily CRT at the low of previous week's low here. What do you think? Do you like this idea or not? And then you could project out. So we have a 1 hour change in state here. So then maybe like 2 projections like that. Just an idea. What do you think? Are you still here, Cave? What are you thinking? Are you leaning bullish or bearish? Yo, what up, guys? What are you guys thinking? Are you leaning bullish or bearish? I'm just outlining this because Cave was saying, what do I think is most likely to happen? And I'm just putting in hypotheticals here, right? So maybe something like this. But I need to see all that happen. And then maybe eventually a move up to 4 projections. So this is 2 projections. So then maybe eventually a move up to eventually up to 4 projections later on. And then we'd have a very obvious buy model, but once again, let's not get out that far. That's too far ahead, because who knows, right? This could end up being high resistant through here, and then we go lower. So, okay, I'm gonna screenshot this, put it in a possibility of a buy model, but. So this is a daily 1 hour model possibility. So I want to see that 1 hour gap, see how that holds. Okay, anyway, let's move on. I need to keep journaling. I have to journal my trades from this week. I have only 2 of them done, and I have to journal the other 3. Use my phone. So, I'm going to keep journaling my trades in just a second. Nice, there's 3 watching. Okay, I'll keep journaling my trades in just a second, but I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break here. I'll keep the idea up. All right, there's a possibility. Cave, what are you thinking? What are your thoughts on it? Oh, bruh. I accidentally broke the door earlier this week. Bro, always be in the toilet. Shove, Kalechi. Bro. Oh my. You're making me not want to use the bathroom ever. You're right though. You're right. I'm always in the bathroom. Ah, sorry. It's just a habit. I don't know. It's mostly just the way I take a break. It's if I'm being honest. You're thinking we sell off at the open? Yeah, bro. I'm just wondering what other draws on liquidity are there to the downside, because from what I've seen, we've purged this consolidation nicely, right? We've taken out liquidity in this consolidation once and now twice. So in the short term, we might need to rebalance to at least take out these low resistance highs, and then maybe we go lower from there. I don't know, but we'll just have to see. But guys, I have to keep journaling my trades. But one thing I will say is this daily imbalance being used over and over again. Man, I would not underestimate this daily imbalance right here. This daily imbalance looks very, very strong, and look at how the market's wicking into it over and over again. Look at the daily. Yeah, I'm looking at the daily. I'm seeing the daily inversion, but I just don't know if we're gonna get through this. Daily volume balance as well. So we'll just have to see how the market opens up. But I gotta finish the next trades. So the next one I took was. No one make fun of me, guys, because I took some crappy trades. I was out of it. I tried, yeah. Anyway, it's hard. It's all about self-control. It's all about self-control. So, okay, this is the first one. Actually, this one was not terrible. We'll look at it. 757, but we gotta journal it. So, what happened is, once again, with this trade, I took. Here, let's start making some notes. So with this trade, I took a 3-minute inversion that hit 3R. With this trade, right before it, I took a 3-minute inversion that hit 3R on the leap, and it gave me FOMO that and it made me want to be looking for a real trade on my real accounts. I should have held myself back and ideally waited until my live trading window began. It was in the hour before my live trading window started. So this is what it was. I don't think it was terrible, but 757, 25,900. Yeah, it very well could be. So this is a low time frame trade, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Bro, what was I thinking? I think yeah, I wanted to see us deliver lower. I thought there was some reason I wanted to see drawn liquidity go lower. So we rebalanced to equilibrium of this price leg. We got a sweep, change in state. I only trade New York AM? Not necessarily, but usually. I could take some trade. I could take a trade anytime, but I try and keep it limited to New York AM so I don't do something dumb. I think I think the reason I liked this was because it was SMT. It was bearish SMT. Yeah, so we ended up getting SMT with this high. We rebalanced to premium. And but you know what? We were not above the true open. Yeah. Oh, this is what it was. So 752 is right here. And yeah, I think I should have. I think it's a little too early for me to trade. I think I should not have taken a trade. I think it was just too early, and I was not in tune with the market yet. And to be fair, if it did work out, it would have gone probably really well, but it was a little too early. Once again, trading live is always so much harder than trading for real. So I don't think this was that great of a trade, but I have to journal it. So right, it's a trade I took, so I'm just gonna journal it. But I'm not saying it was high probability. Alright. I don't think it was that good, but it is what it is. I don't even know if I'm gonna give this post trade approval because I don't know. I'm not. The reason I say that is because yeah, I'm not gonna give this post trade approval because in the future. Because in the future, I really want to have to make sure I have the higher time frame narrative in place. This is asking was a high probability SMT. Probably not, bro. Time and price were not aligned. Do you know how to find them? I mean, yeah, I do. Yeah. I mean, I like time-based SMTs that go above true opens. like I said, just I have to journal these trades. I'm not saying that they're good, but I took them, so I have to journal them. No judging, bro. You're judging. But I'm not gonna. You can recommend whatever you want, but I'm telling you, it wasn't. I was trying to explain to you, it's not that great. I already know. I'm trying my best, dude, but I gotta journal it. So anyway, I don't really care what you guys think. I'm trying my best. Oh my gosh, where did it go? Okay, yeah, you can recommend something. You can do whatever you want. Doesn't really matter. Alright, you're not judging, I'm sorry. What's the thing you wanted to tell me? You can tell me whatever you want. Alright. And this one was break even, or this one was actually a win. It was a very small win. Okay, so let's go to this one next. I knew the draw on liquidity. So yeah, this next one will be a fun one because I actually did chart this pretty well. This next one, yeah, this next one should be interesting. I think it was we had high resistant liquidity. I actually kind of like this one. It was a high resistant liquidity. We swept out the high. Yeah. This one was better. Actually, you know what? We should let myself show us the trade because I took it live. So I'm gonna watch myself take it. I wanna really see the thought process behind this one. But that's the nice thing about trading live is I can really actually look at what I thought and then how I can do better. Oh, there's 5 watching. That's a lot. So that is honestly, guys, I really do want to get to the point where I take most of my trades on the live stream because the nice thing is I can always review it, like what I was thinking, and I can review it. You know what I'm saying? All right. S&T. Now we've officially definitely taken the true open. So I'm seeing that you use ICT concepts. Me too. I can recommend you to use active points to find high probability SMTs. What's active points? 730's been taken with SMT. Yeah, so So you can see why I like this, right? It was high resistant. We took 730, and then from here at this point it looked like accumulation, manipulation above 730, and that we're about to distribute.
Yeah.
Yeah, SMTs do happen a lot. I don't know what you're
You
saying.
know what? If we got this inversion, I don't know. Honestly,
Yeah, so I think I was thinking that if this 2-minute was the inverse. Yeah, so you can see I was definitely interested in this. Yeah, I know. Use this is what I'm this is what I'm using. Use what's better than 8:30 is 7:30. 7:30 is the true open for the session, and midnight open is also better than 8:30. The reason is because it's based off of when Q2 of any given period of time opens. 7:30 is better than 8:30. It took but forever to discover that, but bro, trust me, I know. I know.
breaking my rules or not, I don't really nice, and I go up. No.
I think I took it right there.
So I'll go break even if we hit this. Yeah. Okay. All right. I should have taken it on the computer.
So I took this inversion. That's what I did. I got break even. We had an external gap below. I had the drawn liquidity right. So look, I had the drawn liquidity right. We did continue down to that drawn liquidity. See, we do continue down. Look to the lows below. So I had the drawn liquidity right, and it was SMT below. SMT with the high above 730, but here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. That inversion was not obvious with that inversion that it was not obvious that that inversion was going to send us all the way to those lows. It was not obvious. Good trade. I would take that, but with stop above the high. Yeah, well, what I'm thinking here is with this trade, I'm going to give it post-trade approval, but here's the thing, right? It was not yet obvious that right here that we were going to go run down all the way to the lows. It was good AMD. Here, I'm going to mark this up. So with this trade, it was good AMD, a good inversion, but it with SMT above 730 and 752, but it was not obvious enough that the market was truly ready to deliver to the lows, even though the lows were the draw on liquidity at the time because of good AMD with S&T above 730 and 752. So even though I had the draw on liquidity right, time and price were not aligned when I took that IFG. I needed to be even more patient, and we ended up actually getting a Phoenix model that occurred right after. There may have been a lower time frame CISD or IFG off of that would have been more aligned with time and price. So what I'm referring to is, right, we got the inversion here. What I'm referring to is the fact that we have this external gap. It was very likely that this external gap was gonna, well, send it back to break even. And this was after market open, I think. Wait, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. So market opens here. So look what happens. Market opened. Where do we go? We had S&T with the rejection block. Right here. Do you guys see it? Is it going to let me zoom in? It's not going to let me zoom in. I just want to zoom in. Anyway, SMT here, 1 minute rejection block. Where do we go? Right to that rejection block. And then the rejection block delivers us lower. So the rejection, once we tap the rejection block, that's when AMD was aligned. So watch what happens next. Then we go lower off of that rejection block. So let me show you guys, right? Yeah, SMT here. This is high resistant liquidity. This is all accumulation. We got a sweep of the high with S&T. And then only after we tap the rejection block do we go lower. So, what day was this? This was on Friday. It's on Friday. So let's really put this in our notes here. That sometimes you really you'll get an inversion, but even when you get an inversion towards the drawn liquidity, time and price may still not be aligned. So the lesson here is sometimes you will even get an inversion to the draw on liquidity, and it seems good, but time and price may still not be aligned. If you are extra patient, it will become even more obvious time and price are aligned, and if you take the trade, then it will be worth it. If you put the org, you can see the S&T on ESNQ, no active points at the same time. And wait, what? What's an active point? With YM on active point. What's active point? But yeah, so this is Phoenix model, right? Where we have a 1 minute rejection block. Now what I'm realizing is there's two different kinds of Phoenix model. there's Phoenix model, while the SMT is kind of when the SMT is already developed. So like this, the SMT was already developed, and then we get Phoenix model. And then there's Phoenix model where the SMT is currently being developed. That might not make sense to you right now, and that's okay. I just recently thought about it, but there's two different versions of Phoenix, where one where the SMT is kind of being developed, and then examples like this where we already have an old SMT, and then the Phoenix model pushes back into that old SMT. Versus where there's Phoenix models where the SMT is being formed as the Phoenix model is occurring. So for instance, like I don't even know how to explain it. You guys, the more you study the markets, you guys will understand it for yourself. We were so into Discount Friday, hesitant with sales, looking for more high time frame Phoenix model. We were so into Discount Friday, I was hesitant with sales. Yeah, exactly. I should have been more precautious with sells too. But in the short term, I was expecting this move to go take out this low. And the reason is because we were above. Now, I should have maybe been prepared to get the reversal up, but the reason I was bearish at the time was, well, 730 right here. We were above that, so you can see how we were above that true open. That's a true session open. And then 750 or 922 as well. Right? We were above that. So that's the 90-minute true open. So you see how the entry occurs above both of those? So that's why I was kind of looking for AMD to the downside, because at this current moment, it looked like, okay, high resistant liquidity here, a sweep of the high, and we're above the true opens. But then once we get down here, then I'd probably want to look for longs. There was more. There were needed to take there was movement needed to take pre-sells. Their movement. I don't even know what you're saying, Flop. but yeah, this was a 1 minute Phoenix model. And so what I'm trying to get at is you could have waited for market. So another thing I can make a note of is also another note is if the entry before market open is not undeniably obvious, sometimes it can be beneficial to wait for right after market open to make sure time and price are aligned, and then take your trade. So for instance, we had a 1 minute rejection block here. I'll show you guys what I mean. So 1 minute rejection block. So I like to align 1 minute with the 5 second or the 15 second. In this case, you could align it with the 5 seconds. This would be a really difficult trade to catch. I'm not suggesting that us normal people could probably catch this, but what could have happened is we got the Phoenix model with the 1 minute rejection block, and then on the 5 second change in state, it's very clear that we had AMD, so then you could enter on that to go target the lows. I'm not saying that most of us could catch this, because I don't think we could, but 1 minute rejection block, and then actually the 5 second change in state occurred there. I don't think us normal people could catch this, but if you're the goat of trading, you could catch this. Right? Where we use the rejection block as the key level, it got souped, so we take a change in state off the Phoenix. So 1 minute rejection block, 5 second change in state off of the rejection block to go to these equal lows. Right? Because that was equal lows right there. But as far as so this is a way you could have waited for time and price to align, but is this easy? Nah, it's not. Not suggesting. You most likely would have just want to have waited for the move back up. So, right, there's the Phoenix entry right there into the rejection block. And then 1 minute rejection block, 5-second change in state right here. Entry on the close. Now, very, very difficult entry. I'm just kind of marking this out just to mark it out, but then we go down to the equal lows. Phoenix is nice because of RR. It really is, dude. It really is. So if you can just have the discipline to only to take Phoenix and not care about the outcome, then you're gonna cook. But that's not easy to do. It's hard to be able to take the losses and not care. I'm not gonna lie. That's why sometimes I like to wait for confirmation. So, accumulation. That movement was needed to take pre-session sell-side liquidity. Exactly. Phoenix model? Yeah, Phoenix model. I've watched the video on Powell Trade's model that I made. So this is accumulation, this whole entire range. But yeah, there's a video I made on Powell Trade's model. Watch that. SMT. Once again, there's two different kinds of Phoenix model. This is something I'm realizing. But there's Phoenix model where the SMT is already formed, and then we push into the rejection block. And then there's Phoenix model where the SMT is still currently forming. Hello?
Jay?
What up?
Are you live?
Yeah?
Can I come in?
Sure.
Are you live currently?
Yeah, I'm currently live,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. So what's going on in the markets right now?
Nothing right now. The market's closed. We're watching, we're reviewing my trades from last week and how I could have gotten more precise with them.
Okay.
But yeah. Yeah, I'm just saving all the trades. So this isn't. I'm getting sidetracked, guys. I shouldn't be looking at this right now, but we're gonna log this real quick. So 9:30. So this was flow state close off of a 1 minute rejection block. 1 minute 15 or 1 minute 5 second. Off of a Phoenix model. Who is that guy who's trying to steal the sauce for free? D-Trader's saying you're trying to steal the sauce, bro.
I'm trying to sell the sauce. What kind of sauce?
This is Ethan. Oh,
Hey guys.
you also in his disc, he does not explain things properly. Who doesn't? Powell Trades? Yeah, that's why you should just hang out with me and I'll explain everything for free. So you don't have to buy anything. But yeah.
How many people are watching right now?
I don't know, check.
Yeah, we'll check actually.
But I gotta finish journaling the trade.
Okay, well, it was good seeing you guys. Hey, good to see you, Jake.
Yeah, see
Hey,
you
fire
later.
when you're done.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. I'll play ping pong.
Sounds good. But yeah, so that, like I was saying, like there's two different kinds of Phoenix. There's Phoenix with the SMT already kind of being created, and then there's the Phoenix when the SMT is still being created. It's kind of hard to explain it, but the more you backtest it, the more you'll realize it. So we might need to make two separate names for that, like Phoenix Type A and Phoenix Type B. But hopefully you guys get what I'm saying. But anyway, so the point I'm trying to make is time and price were not aligned until we got that. When at that point it was undeniably obvious. You know what I'm saying? So It's hard though because can I see that versus can I catch that live? That's the issue. That is the issue. Oh, there's 10 people watching? Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, it's like the difference is I can see it, but does that mean I'm going to catch it live? Phoenix and Physic Rising. That might be it, bro. That might be it. But you guys get what I mean? Like, the reason I have so many unique terms is because you just need things to describe stuff that no one's named. Like, for instance, like, if there's two different kinds of Phoenix model, I need to be able to create names to distinguish it. 1 minute and 30 seconds is enough. 1 minute, yeah, 1 minute 36 is enough. Yeah, but I also like to, like, as a fascinated learner, I like to go down into seeing what's possible. I'm not suggesting that you need to go lower, but anyway, yeah, let's screenshot this. So what I'm trying to get at is we got the inversion right here. This was the trade I took. Did that mean time and price were aligned? No, time and price weren't aligned until market open, and then we went lower. So even though we got the 1 minute inversion before market open, time and price were not aligned until after market open, where we tapped the 1 minute rejection block, Phoenix model, and got 5-second CSD out of it. It will create noise. Alright, bro. You do you and do what makes sense for you. That's all I'll say. I look at the market and try and learn from it. And I mean, I get what you're saying though, but at the end of the day, like, these markets are very, very precise, and I like to learn from that precision. So if that means I have to go down to the lower time frame to see that, then I do it. Is Phoenix your main model? No, I look for AMD within the market, and then take any given model to get on side with it. So, man, I lose my train of thought so easily. What was I doing right now? Oh, yeah. So, post-trade approval on this one is yes, but I'm not taking it again because time and price were not aligned. And, yeah, anyway. So this was a win, but it was barely a win. I think it was only like 1/5 of a win. Because I took profit and then I got break evened out. Yeah, so I have to screenshot it. Okay, so no one make fun of me for this trade because I'm still getting better like you guys, like all of us. But what happened is we got the inversion. This is the trade I took. We got the inversion. We manipulated both the true opens. Take this inversion, right? And I put my break-even point right here. So here's the inversion, right? I put my break-even point right here, and I get break-even right away. And you see how I was right about the draw on liquidity, but I got break-evened out, and then we went to the draw on liquidity. This is what I'm trying to get at is like, Flav, sometimes you need the lower time frame to really understand what happened and why the market did what it did. Not saying that you have to trade the lower time frame. I'm just showing you why it can be helpful to learn from it, right? Because even though the 1 minute inversed here, time and price were not aligned until we got this final manipulation on the 5-second. You get what I'm saying? So, okay, let's go ahead and save this trade. So this is the trade I wanted to take, and it's just break even essentially. Dang, bro, that was actually so close to being a good trade. Once again, time and price were not aligned. We needed that 5-second. We need that 5-second manipulation into the rejection block. Your entry was not proper if you entered directly on the rejection block without CASDs and IFGs. Yeah, bro, obviously. But do you realize how much harder it is to trade live than it is to, like, review everything in the past? Like I hope you realize, like, it looks easy when I'm backtesting it here. That it is so much crazily harder to do it live. You're putting too many things on your trade. No? How? Literally all I have is an SMT, an inversion, and equal lows, and the true opens. Literally that's it. Dude, I'm sorry, but if you think having the true opens on your chart is too much information, I feel like you don't understand how powerful they are. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not trying to be rude, but like you should just backtest it for yourself because active points. Okay, just send me what active points are because I don't know. I've never heard of those. So 925. So the main lesson on this one was time and price were not aligned live. So I think it was like is there a way to actually see how much I made on this? Let me look. Because I want to get it right. No, I'm actually pretty sure. I'm just going to say, I think it was like a 15% win. I'm just going to go with that. Or like a 20% win. Might have been a 25% win. I think it was like 25% because I took. It was about 1R and it was about. Okay, we'll just do 25%. I think that's the most reasonable thing. I should have journaled this in the moment, guys, but it's okay. Inversion for value gap. Bro, it's not that. Opening or... Yeah, those are all useful things. I'm in a total agreement with you. I use those all the time. I don't know. I think we're on the same page, dude. I don't know what your point is. We're on the same page. I love all of those things. So yeah, right now, guys, I am just reviewing the trades I took. So this was the final TP was probably like 3R. I'm recommending this because 1-to-1 RR is horrible. I know. Most of the time I don't even go for 1R. I don't know what you're trying to say. What is ORG? When he says ORG, he's referring to the overnight gap. It's the same as the RTH gap, the overnight gap that forms. Yeah, they should just call it RTH gap because they don't need more than one name. It's the gap between the close of the New York price action of the previous day and then the open of New York the next day price action. So from 1640 something to 930, the gap that forms, the RTH gap. Okay. Yeah, I need to go ahead and Flav, I use them all the time. You're like trying to tell someone who already, I don't know what's your point? I already use all of those things. I don't know what you're trying to say, bro, but okay. Yeah, I do that. Flav, you're thank you, BLJ. Thank you. I want to think of an analogy of Flop. I want to think of an analogy of how like what your argument is just your argument is trying to convince someone. I don't know. It's like I already use all those things. Since I'm not seeing them, that's why. Yeah, because I'm reviewing this specific trade which didn't use them. I don't know, man. I want to think of an analogy, but my brain's dead. You're trying to convince someone who already uses all of those things and loves all of them. So. So where, shoot. Okay, and then the trade. Thank you, Tyler, bro. Tyler just literally proved the entire point. It's like telling me to use candlesticks. Thank you, Tyler. I really do appreciate you. I want to think of an I want to think of an analogy. It's like telling someone. It's like telling like a professional football player to play football. Like he already plays football. Or like it's like telling like telling like a runner to use running shoes. Like we use these things already. Yeah, I do know how to find high probability SMTs. I don't know. It's not worth talking about. Let's just move on. Okay. So, from here. Oh yeah, the trade I took, the good one, right? The good one. The way I personally find high probability SMTs is I look for time-based SMTs. So anything with SMT between quarters, and then, like you said, into those higher time frame key levels, like those new week opening gaps and all that stuff. I don't know. You're trying to like quiz me, bro. I don't know. It's kind of weird. So yeah, the trade I took that was a win. That was like 1.5 R was this. So I just took the IPG on the 1 hour. I think actually probably like 1.6 R. Such a simple trade, but hey, W. And I'm gonna go over into the reasons of why this was nice. So we had a previous week's low sweep with a previous week's low SMT. Look at how obvious this IPG is off of this. And then not to mention, I'll show you in just a second what else happened. Oh, man. Do I not have previous week's low SMT? I don't think I do. I gotta save a new template. Oh, I already have it. Never mind. Okay, so Flob. This is one way, right? SMT with previous week's low. That's higher probability.
The market
SMT.
is open.
Oh, the market just opened. Yo, market just opened. So the other reasons I liked this, guys, is because I don't think I actually saw this in the moment, but we're delivering off of this daily reclaimed gap. We dumping? And then, oh, the other reason I liked it was because we had taken all the true opens, so we had true month open here, right? We were below true week open, and we had midnight open here, and then we had 7:30 get manipulated at the low. So this was below all the true opens. And I was thinking about holding it for further, but I did end up taking profit because we slowed down right around this area. So for those who don't see it, right, inversion for value gap, targeted like 1.4R. That was it. Okay. 9 o'clock. Inversion for value gap on the 1 hour. Gonna save that. Oh, this was taken live. Dang, we really are dumping. You guys know why? Why are we likely dumping? Well, we rejected the new week opening gap here. Personally, I'm curious how we respond to this 1 hour gap. So yeah, I liked this trade. Would take it again. It's like I think it was like 1.6R or like 1.55 or something. Now I'm finally basically done. I have to put everything in Reflect IQ. You also took it? Nice. So this was a very simple trade. We had a 1 hour inversion to the upside after getting previous week's high or previous week's low SMT. I took it because on the off chance we kept expanding up the entire rest of the day, it would have been super good RR up to the highs, but we slowed down, so I took profit at 1.5 RR. I think one thought, even this trade was good, but one thought for the future is I could have simply used this trade for higher time frame bias and then found a market maker buy model on the lower time frame to execute a better, higher probability and higher RR. Better, higher probability, low time frame trade. You took a short? Dang. And then what time was this at? 9 o'clock? I was at 10. Yeah, I was at 10. Okay. Okay, I'm done with logging all these trades. Oh, I gotta put the screenshot in here. And then I have to put everything in Reflect IQ. Guys, I know it's boring. Journaling is so boring, but I gotta do it. And I'm behind on it, so I just gotta do it. I don't want to do it, but I gotta do it. Even though I don't want to do it, I gotta do it. Because if I don't journal, then it's not good. It's not good. So even though I don't want to do it, I gotta do it. My goal one day is to have all of this be green, but it's... I mean, I want to also be transparent and say, yeah, I don't think that was the best trade. Or I don't want to take that again. You know what I'm saying? Locked in. Dang. Well done, Cave, bro. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well done. That's insane. So yeah, I'll just put everything in Reflect IQ here. So this was only like a 1/3 size loss. This was a regular loss. I think that was regular loss. Right? Yeah. I might actually end the stream if I keep going, and if I do a part 4, I might review the week more in detail. But honestly, I'm getting kind of burnt out a little bit, and I mostly just wanted to get the trades logged. Wait, that's not the right day. No way, bro. Did it not save? What's the calendar on the trading? Uh, this thing? This is Reflect IQ. Thursday. Alright. 25% on 200 days. 50. What's 155? $310. Okay. Alright, I'm almost done. I'm gonna be done after this actually. So inversion on the 1 hour win. Then I'm gonna be done after this. Alright. Oh, this was on Friday. Oh my, it didn't save. Are you serious? Okay. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Hey, still decent profit factor, I guess. Okay. I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna end the stream. Maybe I'll do part 4 later, but right now I'm just chilling. I could do more reviewing, but yeah, right now I just don't want to, so. Alright, thank you.